Hi there, it's Tracy again with Head to Toe Treasures. I'm an online reseller, started 10 months ago, and I'm having a really good time doing it. And basically today I want to thank, first of all of the people that commented, subscribed, and liked my video. It blew me away. This next video actually I'm doing because of some questions people had sent me, and they just wanted to know how I started out, some of the things that I did to begin the business, and I'm just going to be answering that question. So anyways, it is 5 key things that I believe at least worked for me. One of them, I didn't start till now. I should have done it before, but these are areas where I think that resellers, when they're just starting out, really need to know or really need to do. Just to recap, I've been doing it for 10 months, and my original goal, the very first month, I wanted to do $200. I met that goal, and all I did was look for things inside my home, and I sold those things inside my, that were in my home, my leather goods, my bags, my shoes, those kinds of things. Blew me away. I was so excited because I made my $200. My second goal, which I hit because I started last February, and I hit this goal around July, was that I would be able to start paying for my new vehicle payment. So that payment is $893, and I made that payment in July, and I've been making it ever since. Now, in December last month, I hit my highest number, and when I say I hit my goal, I went more than that. These numbers are net. I did in 10 months $15,000. That's net after cost of goods, after selling fees, after shipping, after packaging. I've been bringing home about over $1,500 a month. Last month being my best month, which I was able to make the mortgage payment. So little by little, I'm doing better. In no way am I doing what a lot of the online retailers are doing or resellers are doing. They're making quite a bit more, but I'm a grandma. I have limited time, and what I try to do is make sure that this fits into our lifestyle, and there's a level that I don't want to go over as far as how much I'm working. I want to be there for my husband. I want to be there for my kids. So anyways, I feel like it's a pretty good number. So okay, so reselling 101. The top 5 things that I believe are necessary to be successful in this business if you're just starting out. So the first thing I did was I wanted to develop my core value. What did I want to be known for? What is my marketable difference? And I always knew that treating people the way you want to be treated, we've all heard of the golden rule, usually end up good on the end, okay? So what I wanted people to do is come to my store, know that every time they ordered for me, they're going to get new or nearly new, great condition, whether it's ironed or cleaned or the way I packaged. I literally spend a little extra money getting a clear, really nice plastic envelope that I place the items in of all different sizes. I put a sticker on it because I want them to know that I care for their product, and I'm glad that they ordered for me. And so my core value is to treat them like I would want to be treated. And I also developed, the thought that I'm going to make sure that as far as I'm concerned, the customer will always be right. You hear that a lot, but I actually do it in my business practice. So if there's an issue where a customer might say, well, I ordered your piece and you didn't have good pictures, which I try to do good pictures. I don't do great pictures. That's a learning curve right now for me. But if they have an issue with it, I don't get offended. I don't get mad. Even if I think that I did the best I could, no matter what, I side on the customer side. Now, I might lose some money by doing that, but I know that I'm a believer of the Lord, and I'm a believer that whatever you give out, you're going to get back. And I'm not worried about it. God always has my back. If I lose, $20, $30 here because somebody's upset, I know I'm going to gain it in other areas. The goodwill towards that customer is what I want. That's number one for me. And I just know that in the end, it's going to work out. So that's number one, develop a core value, what you want to be known by. Pick one platform and get good at it. So there's many different reselling platforms, and for me, I chose Poshmark to be my guinea pig, so to speak. It's what I decided I'm going to learn and understand it before I jump on any other platforms. And so that I stayed with Poshmark before I added anything else about 4 months. I feel like it's the most user-friendly platform. It's easy to ship. There's not just a huge learning curve in Poshmark. So after I got that under my belt, I was able then to go and put it on eBay, and then I did Mercari, and a couple months ago, or was it last month, I added Depop. So because I understood the first platform, Poshmark, it made it a lot easier to learn the other ones. The next thing I did was I started to understand what sells. I really became a student of YouTube videos. I learned what aesthetics were trending, what keywords to use. Obviously the Bolo brands, be on the lookout for. In the very beginning, when I would go to thrift stores, I really looked at, oh, I'm going to find this brand, or I'm going to find that brand. Well, you can go through 200 pieces of clothing and not find that brand, or if you do, it might be a piece that you're not proud to sell. So I love the fact that I opened, or I added to my toolkit by understanding these different aesthetics, or even color. What is the color theme? What are the kids buying? I really learned that information so that I had an arsenal when I went into Goodwill or the thrift stores, and I wasn't limited to just knowing what the good brands were. So that's another key. Number 4, and this is where I've not done a good job. I didn't start automatically developing a good inventory system. And now that I have 900 listings, now is when I'm starting. As far as SKU, I don't think it's called a SKU number, but as far as inventory numbers, where they are in a bucket, right now I started in closets in my house, and boy, does that make my husband happy. Every closet was full, and I knew that here's my summer closet, here's my winter closet. I mean, it was that bad. That was my inventory system. Then I thought, well, I'm going to get really good at it, and I put racks in the garage. So I have 7 racks right now. Now all the clothes are hanging pristine, and I have a rack for like women's jackets. I've got a rack for men's clothing, women's, dresses, all those kinds of things. So I have different racks. So it's easy for me to find the clothing, but it's the shoes that have kind of got me in the trouble, because I have lots of shelves. I try to put them in one area might have women's flats, another area might have men's tennis shoes. The only issue is I have so many now, and the space is limited, that it's just not a good system. So 10 months in, I'm finally doing a new inventory system where I'm going to pull everything off the shelves, and we're going to do bins, and we're going to do numbers, and I'm going to go back and actually put numbers on everything that I have, so that I'm able to look at it, just look in the computer, and it'll say, you'll find this in this bin. So shame on me. Learn from my mistakes, start your inventory system right. So that's number 4. And then finally, you need to pick a cross lister when you plan on adding more platforms. So right now, the 2 cross listers that are out there that I know of are Vendoo and List Perfectly. I've used both of them, and there's pros and cons in each one. And if you don't know, cross listers, what they do is, instead of you going on to Poshmark, then to eBay, then to Vendoo, and adding your listing one at a time, it's an aggregate where you could take one listing and it'll populate in all the other reselling platforms. And also, when you delist or when you sell, it'll take it out of the other platforms, so you're not going in and having to go, oh, that sold on Poshmark, now I got to go to eBay and take it off. So it makes it a lot easier. And for me, I started with Vendoo. I really had no issues with Vendoo, other than I found out that List Perfectly has this feature utilizing AI, and they write your descriptions. They look at the pictures that you upload, and then they create a description and a title for that item. Well, I've spent so many, hours creating descriptions, making it unique, making it catchy. Well, they do it for me, so it really saved me a lot of time. So I decided to switch over to List Perfectly. I'm having other issues with List Perfectly that I won't go into here, but if Vendoo does decide to have this AI feature, you know, I'm afraid I might jump ship just because I never had issues with Vendoo at all. So anyways, so let's talk about it again. Number one, develop a core value, what you want to be known for. Maybe it's fast shipping. You know, who knows what it is? Maybe you have really low prices. I don't know what it is, but for me I'm going to make sure that everything that goes through me, every decision I make is going to be with the thought, how do I make that customer happy? Number two, pick a platform, one platform. Become a student of that platform, understand it, and then add other platforms. Number three, start to understand what is selling. One thing I didn't mention earlier, but sell-through rate or sell-through ratio, that's a very important item that you need to understand. You need to look it up. It's basically, what is this item selling, the ratio it's selling at. So if you have 100 people that are selling this item, how many of these items have sold? You look it up on eBay, it'll show you exactly how to do it, and I might do a video on it. But sell-through ratio, what brands are selling out there, what are keywords, what are trends? Become a student of that. Number four, develop a good inventory system. I don't need to go into any more of that. And then finally, pick a good cross-lister and start putting your items on that platform, and it'll make your life a lot easier. Again, if you've learned anything, if you liked watching this video, if you want to know more about how I've gone from $200 to $850 a month to almost $3,000 a month, please subscribe. I'm going to try and do these about once a week, maybe every Sunday post them. So I really appreciate your comments, and all you grandma and grandpas out there, keep it up.